Hey there, folks.
Hey, I'm Sockpuppetkingdom, and this is de Blob. This was a Wii game that came out 10 years ago. It got remastered for the PC and current-gen consoles last year. Also, hi, Timbatu. He's one of the other runners of this game. I saw him in the Twitch chat. And this game is pretty interesting. It's a 3D platformer. Your objective is to paint the environment. And by painting the environment, you get points, and when you get enough points, you can unlock the end of the level. And that is the basic gist of it. Now, this level, you go through this level pretty quick. Can't really, don't really have the time to explain everything I'm doing here, but I will try my best. So, here is a wall combo. These are very important, by the way. Getting a huge wall combo is very, very important to getting a good run, because they give you a ton of points. And I just completed a mission there. That's the only mission I complete in this level. I was supposed to paint that entire block of buildings orange. But I painted the first two buildings red, and that's because the game gives you a point bonus based on how many colors you paint a specific group of buildings with. And you get more points in that bonus when you, the more colors you use. So it's best to use as many colors as possible, though obviously don't go too out of your way, because that's not fast. And here's another huge wall combo. This level is almost all wall combos. It's just that one mission and a bunch of wall combos. And then here's a little thing there. That is called a... Well, there isn't an official name for it, for that mechanic, but it's called a repaint, or at least that's what I call it. So basically, the game gives you a point bonus if you finish painting a block and then you repaint one of the buildings in it a different color. Not sure if it's intentional or if it's some type of programming error, but it does happen, and you can get quite a few points with it, and it is incorporated in the route quite a bit. And this route for the first level was actually discovered pretty recently by another runner of the game, Waylon Will, who had discovered a lot of stuff in this game, actually. And he is very, very good at this game, and he's a current world record holder, in fact. So, that was the end of the level already. Pretty good if I can say so myself. Let's see if I got a sub 210 on that. I didn't. Well, that's fine. And yes, this game has a very good soundtrack. It's composed by John Goose Scott. He did quite a few games. He composed quite a few THQ games. In fact, he worked on, I think, one of the Nicktoons games. I think, I forget what it was called, but I think like Attack of the Toy Bots or something like that. Alongside Nick Gordon, you may have heard of him. They're both very good composers. So this is Uptown. Does this game control as nicely as it looks? No, it doesn't. Oh god, this game does not control very well. In fact, it's like... In fact, getting movement as fluid as this requires wrestling with the controls quite a bit. It's a bit better than it was in the Wii original. Because in the Wii original, you had to shake the Wii remote to jump. And the PC version has gamepad support, so that's not an issue. Though the gamepad support in the PC version does come with its own challenges, which I will get into later. And by later I mean on the very next level, because that's when they start to present themselves. So I'm setting up quite a few missions here.
Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
So I am painting this entire block red. I got a 3-color bonus on that block as well. And also doing this mission here. You had to basically go through all those colored checkpoints. And those missions are kind of bad speed-wise. They're basically only do them in a speedrun if it's the only way to progress. And every other way is slower. And those things there, those were called Gradients. Gradients are the little people that you free here. They give you quite a few points in large numbers. They can be comboed. So I just did 4 missions there. I painted one block yellow, I painted another block red, and I did the racing mission, and I also defeated those enemies in the back there. Oh, I kind of messed that up, the building order. I'll get into that later. Okay. So building order is pretty important in larger blocks like this, because usually larger building blocks have multiple doors in them, and gradients spawn out of the building with the door closest to the last building you painted. So it's always best to strategically paint blocks like that, so that the gradients spawn optimally. And if the gradients spawned out of a different door, then I could have comboed them alongside the 2 other gradient groups. So I'm doing a few repaints here, and also a little wall combo. And that was really nice. Alright, that's really good. So, I didn't explain what these things are. The thing I just slammed there is called a transform engine, and what they do is they give you quite a few points and they keep the environment around you, a certain area. And I just went to the left there. That actually skips a dialogue trigger as well as a cutscene trigger, which isn't a huge deal since neither dialogue nor cutscenes are counted under in-game time, which is what runs of this game are timed off of. But it's still nice to have that. Alright. So now coming up on the last mission of this level. I'm gonna try and get a good wall combo here. Okay. Alright. When I unlock the gate that early in this mission, then that's a really good sign. Because that means I have a very high score. I don't know if those are feet. I think those are just like spots on his body. But I do know that in the student project that this game is based off of, like the original student project game that was released for free, the original design for Blob did have feet. But I think the feet in this design are actually like just spots on his body. Oh jeez, messed up there. I was just very slightly under the point amount. Not a huge deal. Still got under 5 minutes. Alright, now for downtown. Now downtown has a new type of mission. Now this type of mission was in the last 2 levels, but this is the first time it is incorporated into the route. It's called a we call it a prof mission because we name missions after the characters that give them out. I'll explain them later, but right now I'm going to explain this mission here. So just paint these billboards and get a good wall combo. The billboard mission itself gives you around 15k points. But if you get a good wall combo, then you can get over 20k, which I just did, thankfully. Usually 16k is pretty good for this route. And now I'm going to set up this mission here, trying to avoid these enemies called heavy inkies. Just go here. And incorporate some colors in here so that you can set up a multicolor later on. And these are hot plates. Be careful not to get on those by accident because they are a pretty big time loss. A lot of these songs sound like slowed down Jet Set radio tracks, to be honest. Alright, so I am now setting up some stuff here. I did 2 missions here. Artie, that's the character's name, wanted me to paint some billboards. Biff, that character's name, wanted me to defeat the Inkies down there. So now I'm going to just paint the rest of these buildings red, and I will have a decent multicolored bonus. Repaint that building. And there you go. Alright. So this is pretty nice. So now I go up to this Biff mission here. And after the Biff mission, I'm going to do something called a 7-color bonus, where you paint a group of buildings, all 7 colors that you can turn into. Brown, blue, purple, red, and you know, it's like all primary colors, all secondary colors, and brown. So let's just do that here. I kind of messed up the routing for it. You're supposed to start off with brown in the official route as devised by Waylon Will. But that's not a huge deal. I can just get brown right here. And there you go. Alright. And now, go up here, paint those 2 billboards. And now let's do a pretty huge mission here. So, Artie wants me to paint all the buildings in this like little half circle here red. I'm going to keep one of them painted orange for a 2-color bonus. These buildings are part of 3 separate blocks. You have to always be careful with how you paint them. And I just beat all those heavy inkies. Those are part of a Biff mission. And now I'm going to go here, repaint, and then get a few paint points here. Just to be safe, I'm gonna like free these Gradients for some more points. Alright. Yeah, the Blob 2 is a very different game from the first one. And then get multiple repaints on that block there. So yeah, by the way, you can get multiple repaints if you do it with a color that wasn't originally on the block, but it is a bit finicky. It doesn't work on some things, and it's not quite known what the requirements are. There doesn't really seem to be a consistent theme that we've found yet. Anyway, I'm not going to keep describing these arty missions. I think you get the point. I'm going to instead describe the prof mission that's coming up. I started describing that when I started this level. So basically, prof missions are you go inside a building to transform it, and by in the Wii original, you transform it by shaking the Wii remote and nunchuck. Now, in the PC and current-gen console versions, as well as the Switch version, you mash a button instead. And it's quite a bit slower. However, you can speed it up a bit on PC by mashing the space bar with 2 fingers, which I'm going to do. And I have a mechanical keyboard, so be prepared for that noise.
Those sweet, sweet clicky keys.
Yeah, man. Gotta have them.
Real fast, I want to say thank you to Anonymous, who donated $5. We appreciate it. Thanks.
Thank you, Anonymous.
Oh, there's the cat.
Alright, get ready.
Beautiful.
And appropriate
Exactly what I did.
To this marathon's charity, my keyboard has rainbow keys.
Nice.
So that's very nice. And I might be a bit over points. Points-wise, but it's still pretty good. That's the opposite of a problem, but you know, there are optimal ways to get points. So obviously, you don't want to end the level with too many points over the goal, because that means that it's not optimized enough. Alright. That was pretty good. Okay, Chroma Dam. Now, this level is interesting. There's a bit of history behind this level. So, back when this game originally came out on Wii, some ILs were submitted by the famous Mike89. And his Chroma Dam IL in particular, his route had stayed unchanged for quite a bit, even after I sort of revived the scene by running the PC version. None of us could really find a faster route. But then Waylon Wilt discovered a skip. Now originally this skip could only be used in another category called free paint %. So basically what free paint is the game just lets you go straight to the goal without doing anything, and disables all the enemies. You're supposed to I missed a professor mission there. Without any goal, without any enemies, without any time limit. What you're supposed to do is you're supposed to paint everything without worrying about a time limit. But the speed run is just you go straight from the start to the end as fast as possible. And the skip for this and the skip in this route was originally theorized to only be viable in that run due to the point requirement at any percent. So gotta get the green pink there. Alright. But I had theorized a route that incorporated the skip and was a tiny bit faster. And then Waylon, Will, and I sort of did a few optimizations to that route, and that's how it sort of started. Let's see if I can get a good wall combo here. Oh yeah, this is nice. 2 good wall combos. Nice. Alright. It's really good that skip was discovered because Mike's route for this level was kind of bad. It was very finicky, and you could not really and the points were not very consistent. So you had to really rely on some luck, and the level was quite the run killer for a bit. But luckily now it's not. Alright. Get a few points here by coloring that last building in that block green. Slam the gate open. Should be good. Just gotta go here. And completely ignore these Enkies. They are not needed. Alright. Nice. Sounds good. Yeah, this game is very cool, Proto. Very cool indeed. And I do hope more people do run it, or at least consider running it. It's a very unique speed game, I think. Alright. So now, this tank here requires all 100 hit points to defeat. I'm gonna first slam this transform engine before hitting the tank here. There you go. Now this part of the level is very interesting in a speed sense. I'd say if you're planning on speedrunning it, either pick up the PC version or pick up the Wii version. Because the Wii version does have an advantage with the shaking, and since times are based off IGT, load times are not an issue. And the PC version is also competitive because of the way you can speed up button mashing. Alright. Now for this next mission, you paint the lower row of these buildings. purple. Get a few wall combos in here. Few cheeky wall combos. Alright, now, here's the part with the repaints. So basically, the next part of this level is all repaints. So you just repaint these two groups of buildings in several colors. And it kind of sucks, but it's pretty nice when you get it right. And that is really good. Okay, so now for the skip. Now let's hope I get the skip first try. Because I did fail really hard on the skip before. Think I got it, think I got it, and... Yes! Okay, I'm not gonna bother with that route. Okay, so now I'm just gonna, like, go up here. Oh yeah, this game is free in the Discord store. Or is it? I don't know if that's still going on, but it was at one point. I don't know if it still is. And a really good hydraulic section there. That is really nice, because getting hit by those things can really kill a run of that level, because you just go plummeting down, and you cannot save yourself. All right. Now for this part. Okay, so this level at the start, it forces you into a zip mission. That's that character's name, by the way. He's a cute character, but his missions kind of suck in a speed run, because they are 100% on rails if you choose to do them. But I don't need to do that one. Although the game forces you to do it, you cannot quit out of it, and if you die during it, then you respawn at the start of the level. You can actually bypass it. So I'm going to do that here. Oops. I kind of messed up by not being red there. Alright. Bit of a time loss, not a huge deal. Now, I'm going to do something called, this is a very interesting bug in the game. It's called I call it the wrong color bug. Where essentially, some buildings in this game get painted random colors. And they are counted in multicolor bonuses. However, if you're doing an arty mission and the wrong color bug ends up coloring a building the color you need for the arty mission, it actually doesn't count. So, keep that in mind. So, I got those 2 time bonuses, which prevent me from getting a time over on that mission. Which is really nice. And I'm just coloring this group of buildings as many colors as possible without going too crazy. The current world record is, also you end up exiting out of the zip mission by triggering the Biff mission. Also, I slammed that transform engine, which actually is not a good thing, because it makes this Biff mission quite a bit harder due to the lock-on sort of tripping up on all the objects that it spawns. Anyway, where was I? Shoot. The world record is RTA. Yeah, it's RTA 11603. by Waylon Will. My RTA world record is about 2 minutes faster. So now this level introduces you something called a rainbow tank, or at least that's what I call it. I forget if that's the official name for them. They make you invincible. They give you infinite paint points for a limited amount of time, 40 seconds. And you can get multicolors pretty easily with Rainbow, with your Rainbow power here. And it's very nice. And you can rack up quite a few points with it. And you are also automatically the right color for all arty missions, which is always good. Alright, so now I'm good. Now, I'm going to go straight over to Prof and make myself yellow. And then I will just go up here. And you don't have to slam that heavy Yankee on the way out, by the way, but it is fun to do, so I do sometimes do it. Alright. So now I use my rainbow power to do a 7-color on this avenue here. Or at least not avenue, but this group of buildings here. Alright, so now I'm going to go up here and paint these 2 monorail stations. I'll get one of them with my rainbow power here. Alright. And I'm just going to wait for my rainbow power to run out. Sometimes you can get just a tiny bit left that will let you go up to the next monorail station and paint it red, but it's not recommended to bet on it. I've only gotten that like once, and that was with an old route. I don't even know if that's possible with the new route. Okay, so I am a bit under points-wise, so I'm going to need to do a few things here. So I go to this monorail. There is a way to skip this extremely difficult. I wouldn't even do it in an IL run, let alone any percent. It involves like wall jumping off a very specific part of the level and locking onto one of the gradients. And since these gradients are constantly moving around, it's extremely inconsistent, and there's no way to really make it consistent. Anyway, what's the last one here? Okay, I got it anyway. Alright. Bit of a choke. Not that big of a deal. Okay, 525. Alright. So now for the Docklands. This level is very interesting. It is almost all of this level's points are derived from multicolor bonuses. And it also introduces a new variety of enemy called the Elite Inky. Now, Elite Inkies, they require a specific color to slam, and they cost 4 paint points each to kill. And you may have noticed I slammed a few paint bots before slamming the Elite Inkies. Now that's actually very interesting because the paint bots actually increase the multiplier release the enemy multiplier. So basically, if you slam an Inky, slam a paint bot, and then slam a second Inky, then that second Inky will give you a ×3 combo. The paint bots themselves do not give you points, they just increase your multiplier. It's very odd and very interesting. You can get a few bonus points that way. Though it is not particularly necessary in any part of the run. I'd argue that it is for one part, but even then, you can still, like, get a few backup points that way. In the final level. Alright, so I did sort of route out that 7 color there. And I'm doing this prof mission as well. And the prof mission will allow me to complete the, and with the prof mission, I will complete the 7 color. And the amount of points that 7 color gave me is 37,100 points, and that is not counting the points I got from the prof mission. So I essentially just got a whole bunch of points from that one area, and I already unlocked the gate, but before I exit this section of the level, I'm going to just paint all those crates orange to complete that Artie mission there. And now the next section. Alright, so now we do another 7 color here. This one is worth 35,000 points. Now, Artie only wants us to paint these crates 6 colors, but I can just paint that crate at the end brown. And I messed that up a bit. Yeah, the collision detection here is kind of finicky. And you have to really watch out for it. Okay. And these paint bots, you know, it's very random where they are positioned. And if you lock onto them, then you do risk bouncing off of something, depending on the spot they walk to. Alright. Okay. Alright. Got it. Okay. So now I go down to zip. He says better red than dead, obviously endorsing communism. But let's ignore that and let's get to this mission here, this part of the mission. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to paint the lower section of these silos here orange. I'm setting up this part of the mission here. And I'm setting up a mission that's later on. Gotta just watch out for that turret, make sure he doesn't ever destroy all my hard-earned progress. Alright. So now for this prof mission. Wants me to do 50 paint points again, and I am just over 50 paint points. Alright. So now I'm going to recolor some of the crates I painted red here, as well as do some new colors here. So let's just go and start off with orange. Get the silo here. Okay. Gotta make sure I do not get... Okay. That was close. I could have died there very easily. Alright. I made myself brown. Make myself blue. Okay, and then make myself purple. And I was able to get a 7 color there while keeping myself purple, which is really nice because sometimes if you slam onto that red paint bot to paint that last bit of crates purple, then the paint bot will respawn during the cutscene, and you will make yourself red, which will mean that you can't like set yourself up for the multicolor on this ship that I'm on right now. But luckily that didn't happen. That's the best case scenario that I just did. Now Artie wants me to paint some things orange, which is why I was painting the lower row of the silos orange earlier. Now just paint the last one there. Wall jump out. If you didn't notice already, wall jumping is the fastest form of movement in the game. It's recommended to do it as much as possible. And also do a little hop afterwards, because you do retain some momentum if you do a little hop afterwards. I guess you could call it bunny hopping, but I wouldn't really classify it as that. It is similar, though. I got inked, but it doesn't matter, because that was a rainbow tank. So now for this last section here. So it's very important that I keep my rainbow power here, because there are no yellow paint bots here. Which means that you are very limited in what colors you can paint these buildings without the rainbow power. Alright. Okay, doing pretty good here. Alright. I think I have enough points to meet the requirement. I don't, but I will when I get the 1,000 point bonus in the final area here. Okay, got it. Alright. You lose a life whenever you get on those things, but it doesn't matter because I have lives. Alright. So now, for Hanging Gardens. Now, this level is pretty interesting because pretty much everything except for the first part of the level is skipped. Like, pretty much everything except for the first part of the level and, like, a tiny bit of the end of the level is skipped. Also, the game froze. That happens a lot with this game on my PC. It actually doesn't affect IGT. Just gotta wait for it to pass. Alright. Yeah, this game does have a few issues, PC version. The porting studio responsible for it is Blitworks, who also did Jet Set Radio HD. which from what I've heard also has a few problems with instability on PC. But it's just something you have to deal with. It's still a recommended way to speedrun the game. Alright, now. For this rainbow tank here, gotta go here and get a few multicolor bonuses in this area, along with some nice wall combos, some nice fat wall combos. Alright. So the building groups in this area are very weird. Some things are like counted, and there aren't really any consistent rules to what's counted and what's not counted. Also, I messed it up there because I forgot to take these like silos there. So the order of gradients is going to be a bit messed up compared to Radeon's official route, sadly. Although you do get a higher gradient combo with the way I just did it, so that's still very nice. Yeah, the game's dynamic soundtrack is really good. Like, it's honestly one of the best parts of the game. Like, John Q. Scott did an amazing job with this game. And by the way, speaking of this game's soundtrack, the sequel for this game, to Blob 2, has a song hidden in the game's files. It is Toxic by Britney Spears. It's the vocals of Toxic by Britney Spears overlaid over a custom instrumental by John B. Scott. And to be honest, I actually like it more than the original song. I don't think they actually got the rights to that song, but it is in the files of the people of the game. And I assume in the files of both the original release and in the current-gen console ports of the game. Alright. Now just, go here, and I'm really surprised I was able to do as well as I did in this area, because this area has a lot of very narrow spaces, and the collision detection is infuriatingly precise at many points. You'd think that since this is a Wii game that they would, like, optimize it by making the collision detection less precise, but that is not the case, and that is to its detriment, because you can get stuck on a lot of tiny objects in this game, and it really does mess up your flow a bit. Alright, so this is the last mission that I do before I skip straight to the end of the level. So I just, I empty out that water pump, and I try to wall jump off that pipe, pretty hard to do, but it's nice to, okay. Alright, now for the, now it's time for me to skip to the end of the level. Okay, so this is the first skip that was ever discovered in this game. So essentially what you can do is you glitch the lock-on system in order to go through an invisible wall at the top here. Also set up a few wall combos here. Oh yes, that was very nice. Alright, so that was the lock-on glitch there. You just lock onto that rainbow tank. Go to Biff here. And now you do this mission here. Alright, sadly didn't combo all those Inkies in one, but was still able to do it. Okay, so now I just do some wall combos in this area, or at least attempt to. Okay. So now I skip another part of this level. So basically, what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to go down this tiny pipe. This really long pipe, I mean. And it's very slow. But you don't need to do that. You can instead just go right through a little hole in this area here. Just go back here. Let's see if I can get this wall jump here. Okay, got it. Now let's see if I can stay on the platform. Oh no! Okay, second try. I was having trouble with this in practice as well, so it's not entirely unexpected that I mess it up. And let's see if I can get it. Got it. Okay. Oh, someone actually uploaded that? That's pretty cool. I didn't know anyone uploaded it yet. Okay, now for Chroma City Fun Park. This level sucks. Just gonna say that. This level just sucks. It's a very weird route and can actually kill your run entirely. If you hit the rainbow tank in this next area early. Okay, so I have exactly 64 paint points, which is really cool. Because this actually helps me out because now I have exactly 4 blue paint points. And this 5th mission here has 1 elite Inky and 1 red elite Inky. And now I can just slam the blue elite Inky, get 0 paint points. And that saves time by me not having to recolor myself red. Really nice. I'm just gonna make myself big here. Slam onto this turret. And then do a few wall combos in this area here. Alright, that was nice. Okay. Alright. And now I am doing this. I'm setting up an arty mission here. She wants me to paint these cell blocks here, a combination of yellow and red. I went from back to front. I mean, from front to back, I guess, by painting them yellow, and now I'm going the other way, painting them red. And I think I messed something up here. Which one? Okay, it's that one. Alright. Now I'm gonna just make myself just free these gradients. And now I'm just gonna go up here. Yeah, Artie's missions are like very, yeah, Artie's missions do have a lot of preparation. Now I have to get all these gradients, both the gradients that spawn out of this building and the gradients that are already here, that are required for the Artie mission, while also avoiding these orangely inkies that I cannot beat. Alright. Now I'm going to go up here, and I'm going to paint some of those buildings. I'll tell you why later. So I painted that building brown. I'm going to, well, I was supposed to, okay, yeah, I can still paint this building here brown. Okay. Alright, that was good. So now Artie wants me to paint these rafters any color, so I make myself rainbow in order to get a good multicolor bonus. And also make myself rainbow for a mission coming up. So Artie wants you to paint, so you know those two groups of buildings, both of which I painted one building brown in? Well, that's for this Artie mission here. So Artie wants me to paint these buildings every color except for brown, so I use my rainbow power to do that, while also leaving one building on the end of each row brown, just so that I can get a 7-color bonus easily. Alright. So now Zip wants me to do this little mission here. He wants me to go around this fence, but I don't need to do that. I can just go right over it. And that's the Zip mission right there. Alright. So I have 88 paint points, which is a very good number, because that means I don't need to press that button in order to get that large blue paint bot there. If I press that button, then a bunch of enemies will spawn, and they're really tough to deal with. I actually lost a few runs to those. So it's good that I didn't have to get that blue paint bot. So get that 1,000-point bonus and talk to Zip here. Lock onto that leech spot. Alright. And now I skip this entire part of the level here. There's actually a pretty beefy part of the level that I'm skipping. It's in fact, like, it's pretty funny. Almost every route in this game, every level in this game's speedrun can be sort of described as just like do the first part and forget the rest. Okay. I'm gonna just free these gradients here. They're not required, but anyway. Now I use my rainbow power in order to complete this already mission without any trouble. This would be a very tedious mission to complete without rainbow power. And as you can see, there was the wrong color bug there. Gave me a nice multi-color bonus. Alright. And that's that. Now I just gotta wait for the gate to unlock. Alright. And there you go. Nice. Okay. Now for Ministry of Ink. This is the last true level of the game. The final level after this one is quite a bit more linear than the levels preceding it. So this is the last real level of the game, I'd say. And it's a fairly straightforward level, and it's home to quite a choke-worthy point called the Mega Reactor. I'll talk about that when I get to it. So first we need to paint all these buildings over here, and get that rainbow tank. Oh god, I messed that up. Okay. Just gotta... Alright. I was able to save it a bit there. So, yeah, that's very time sensitive. Hour. Like, thankfully I was able to save that. But that very well could have, I very well could have had to have done a backup strat there. Now I just gotta get a few colors into this area, avoid these inkies. Okay. Now I just gotta get these here. Alright. Now go here. Okay, so I'm most likely going to be a bit under points-wise exiting this area. That'll be fine because I'll have plenty of opportunity to regain those points later on. And I messed up. Okay, well that's not bad, but it's not good either. It's not bad because I can slam this transform engine and I will become cleared immediately. But it does kind of suck because I'll explain to you how inking works. So basically, when inked, you are slower, your jumps are lower, and your paint points slowly decrease, and when they get to the bottom, you die. Okay, so I was able to regain some points there, thankfully. And now I'm at about 112k. That's a decent amount, considering my sloppy routing there. Try to get these inkies here. Alright, that's good. Now I'm going to paint these little cylinders here, because oddly enough they are considered part of a group. Alright. Now here's the Mega Reactor. So the Mega Reactor is weird. So you have to transform three water pumps, and then you have to paint a bunch of hexagons. The water pumps are not the hard part. The hexagons, though, they can really trip you up. So the hexagons part is extremely weird. And sadly, any mistake you make can just really mess you up. It is a huge time loss trying to recover from if you, say, get inked during it, or if you fall off, or if you're the wrong color, then you can lose a lot of time trying to correct your path. And when done well, it doesn't really matter, but you have quite a few chances to mess up here. One of the things the game likes to do here is a little glitch. It's in all versions of the game, I think. It's called the rolling bug, or well, that's what I call it. And basically, in this game, you slide off certain geometry. And for some reason, sometimes you get stuck on... The game just puts you in a sliding state for no reason. Even though you're not... even though you're on a paintable surface. And this can really suck because when you're in sliding mode, you can't really move at all. You have to basically rely on physics entirely. Okay. That there. Alright. That was really close. Didn't get a paint bot there. That could have been really bad. Okay. Seems to be a good Mega Reactor so far. Okay, now let's hope for a good Mega Reactor. And got it. Alright. That was good. Alright. Alright. So, that's all I had to do there. Although, to be fair, I am pretty under points-wise, so I might have to do a bit more than I would have otherwise. I'm going to try and make up some of these points by a wall combo here, but you do have plenty of opportunity to make up these points. With these inkies here. Now I'm going to approach a bridge. Okay, I think that'll be enough points to make up. So that bridge is a trick. If you go down it, then it will fall out from under you and go in a pit, and you can't get out of that pit until a certain amount of time elapses. Sorry, had to hang up on a phone call there. Okay, so... Okay. Okay, I think that's good. Alright, I'm good now. That wasn't great, but it was alright. Now for Lake Radeon. And once again, this level is very linear. Return in the form of the spaceship in the second half of the level. So this is interesting. Since cutscenes are not counted under you can wait for this blimp to pass by just letting this cutscene play, and it will not affect your time. So just wait for that. If you skip that cutscene too early, then the blimp will get in your way, and it does kinda suck. It will get in the way of this Z jump here, in particular. Alright. Ooh, that was close. So I'm going to get almost all my points in this area. The majority of my points are going to be in the first part of the level. And I just do all the missions here. Get a few group bonuses, or well, one group bonus in particular. Or maybe two. And then do that zip mission. You might notice that little thing I did there. Diagonally off silos. Not only does that allow me to avoid the little humps that go up there, it also allows me to paint the silos after locking onto the buttons, which would be a bit harder to do. However, it does require a bit of speed and a bit of precise input. So let's hope I do it perfectly this round, because this is the round that counts. Because this is the these are the silos that actually count towards a group bonus here. All right, got him. That's nice. So now go up here. And now I just go up here, use my rainbow power. And that'll be that. Gate unlocked. That's good. And got a multicolor bonus off that ship, just like in the Docklands. That's another mission done. Okay. Got it. Okay, so I have a nice amount of points here. So that's it for this. So that's pretty much it for the level. I mean, you skip literally like almost the entirety of this ship here. This is normally a very, very long part of the game. Well, not very long, but fairly long. So first, I jump up on this forklift, and I'm going to try to wall jump off this pipe here, up onto this pipe, jump up here, and that's a huge chunk of the level already skipped. And now I just do a few paint bot multiplier adding, and that's it. So now I just make up the rest of these points by doing a few cheeky little wall combos here. And I should be good to go right about now. Alright, got it. And that is it. Yeah, so I wall jumped up, I wall jumped down, and I just skipped pretty much the entirety of the ship there. And now on to the final boss. And now I just stay here. Now this final boss is tough. For quite a few reasons. This cutscene isn't skippable, by the way. Because one, the camera angle is fixed, and while you can break free of the fixed camera angle, it does kind of suck. And once you let go of the camera control, it snaps back to the fixed position. And it's just and you can really choke in this part of the level. Like you can just really do some, like, you can really mess up here. Alright. So you just paint the hexagons, what the game is here. And then you fill Comrade Black's little robot suit with 50 paint points of any color in 4 phases, I think. Yeah, I think it's 4 phases. Okay, so that's the rolling bug that I was talking about earlier. You see how Blob was sort of like crawled off that hexagon? It had just happened right there. Hopefully it doesn't happen again, but if it happens once, then it might actually happen again. There's a pretty good chance of it, so let's hope that doesn't not. Alright. Okay, that's nice. Now let's just go here. Alright, go here. Quite a few things can mess you up here. The inkies can mess you up. The spikes can mess you up. Comrade Black himself can mess you up. A lot of things can mess you up. Alright, that was nice. Alright, I should be approaching the final... This is the final phase of the boss here. Now, brown is thrown into the mix, so let's get some brown here. Alright, got that all settled. Wow. Glad that didn't, glad that camera angle didn't mess me up. Alright, just gonna get these green things here. Now that I accidentally made myself green. Nice. Alright, that was good. Ooh, that was bad. Let's try that again. Alright. Okay, and that's that. Now, time's not up yet. Time should be coming up very soon, though. In fact, in a matter of a few seconds. I'm sorry, what'd you say?
I said I am ready whenever.
Alright, well,
Just let me
guess
know.
what? Time is now.
Alright. Cool.
Yeah, that was the Blob. Thank you very much for everyone responsible for setting this thing up. It's a really great cause. It is a really great marathon you guys got going here. And shout out to me for somehow staying chill throughout all this despite drinking 16 ounces of coffee beforehand.
Yeah. Good job.
And shout out to everyone in the Blob community who decided to tune in. Shout out to everyone who decided to tune in. And thank you all for watching, and good luck to the next runner, Katamari. That is a great game, and very timely considering Katamari Reroll releasing today.
Yeah, I'm very excited for Garby's run.
Yeah.
A real good way.
And this game is pretty similar to Katamari.
Yeah, that's true.
It's like Katamari meets Jet Set Radio.
Yeah.
What else can I say? Special thanks to Waylon Wilt and Mike89 for coming up with a lot of the strats here. Yeah.
Yeah, thanks so much. Cool. Alright, well I think I'll take us to intermission for a little bit while we get the next run going.
Alright, cool.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome, man.